YouTube is now paid to play. Now, this is the title of a video that I just watched by the YouTube content creator Fran Blanche. And I think it showed up on my homepage, but now I don't remember exactly how I came across this video. But regardless, I do a lot of research. I do extensive research and studying revolving around YouTube content creators, channels, the algorithm specifically for obvious reasons. And this video really caught my attention. And Fran Blanche, I'll link it in the description down below so you guys can go check it out if you want to go watch and see what she has to say, because a lot of it makes a lot of sense. And she's been tracking this for years. And a lot of it aligns with the theories that I had. Now, with that being said, in her video, she references the fact that YouTube made changes to the algorithm yet again and didn't tell anybody. So two things about that. One, YouTube has actually just put out, I think it was probably 3 or 4 days ago, they did put out a statement somewhat that they have made changes, but the changes that Fran is referring to, she's probably seen since January. So at the time of making the video, she probably hadn't seen the publication. So, that's one thing. But the other thing is that YouTube doesn't have to tell anybody what they do. Now, granted, as being a publicly traded company underneath Google Alphabet, yes, they have legal requirements to shareholders, but as far as how they choose to operate their business, specifically the algorithm, they don't have to tell anybody anything. Now, I prefer to bring you this information from my own personal reaction and response. No script, no copy, no teleprompter on this one. So I just watched it. I'm going to bring you my thoughts and opinions from memory. Maybe I remember a few things wrong. Maybe I leave some things out, but I think the gist of it is that yes, YouTube has made a drastic change to the algorithm, and it's affecting creators of all sizes, channels of all sizes, in good and bad ways. Okay. Let's talk about the good ways that these changes are affecting creators and channels. And that is that it supposedly is making a much more level playing field and is essentially theoretically going to promote a long-term success strategy on and off the platform, so they say. And that's pretty much it for the good. The bad, the bad, shoot, there's so many, but she had mentioned, Fran in her video mentioned that she was seeing a huge reduction in her revenue. And yes, that is true. Typically, at the beginning of the year, you'll see a revenue drop because advertisers are not spending a ton of money in the winter, in January, February, March, April, and they're getting their budgets set up and ready to go. And also, when we add on to that, the current economic landscape, that has a lot to do with advertisers. If you know that a large percentage of your audience, your target market, doesn't have the discretionary income or money available or credit to purchase what you're trying to sell, then you're probably going to pull back on spending to advertise. Maybe. It's just a guess. But I will say that this is not necessarily 100% true across the board. And it just means that for some, you may want to become more innovative in the ways in which you create your content to align with the advertisers who are spending the most money. Okay. That's the easiest and simplest way I can put it. She also mentioned, Fran mentioned that the shorts content was being monetized, and YouTube was pushing that heavily. And anyone who's created shorts content or has ever watched any videos explaining the revenue behind shorts content knows that shorts content pays almost nothing. Like it does pay, but it pays almost nothing in comparison to the legacy, is what she called it, the long form content that YouTube started off of. And another bad is that YouTube, and especially with these smaller channels and larger channels, I've seen it because I'm working on numerous channels, okay? Not just my own. I'm a YouTuber, I'm a content creator, I'm a coach, I am a side hustlist, I am a social media manager. So I have access to my channels, my wife's channels, my brother's channels, my mom's channels, my kids' channels, my friends' channels. There's a lot, okay? And some clients' channels as well. I get to see a lot. I get to see a lot of analytics. I get to see a lot of different audiences. I get to see a lot of data that almost then makes it next to impossible to really connect the dots to create a exact correlation to what's happening. But I have a theory. I have a theory here. And I'm seeing this playing out, right? But the worst part about it is that it unnecessarily penalizes those who have worked really, really hard to get to where they are today, Fran being one of them. And Fran, having referenced how many thousands of videos she's created consistently, not realizing that YouTube does not care about that at all. They do not, okay? It would be interesting if this video ended up making it to Fran so that Fran and I can have a direct conversation one-on-one, because a lot of things I'd like to share with her, a lot of things I'd like to learn from her. But YouTube does not care about who you are or how many videos you post or anything. YouTube only cares about how much money they can make off of you. They're unnecessarily penalizing content creators, long-standing content creators, and they are unfortunately penalizing new content creators, okay? New content creators are going to struggle to grow their channels, okay? They are going to struggle for the most part. It's going to be harder than ever to grow a channel, especially with long-form content. Shorts may get a pass, but as I said, shorts don't really pay you any money. So YouTube is taking this position to further leverage the creator to continuously upload to the platform to keep viewership high, to make money off of you and pay you next to nothing. Fran mentioned this as far as how she noticed when she wasn't monetized, she chose not to monetize her content. YouTube suppressed her content, restricted her views, stopped her from gaining subscribers, all because she wasn't monetized. Then she chose to monetize despite YouTube saying that there was no bias towards, there was no suppression if you weren't. And then she said within weeks, things went back to normal. Well, now YouTube's taken a completely different position, and then YouTube said, look, we're going to monetize every channel. Every channel is going to have ads on it. Every video is going to have ads on it, but you may not make any money from it because you may not be monetized, or you didn't turn it on, or you don't meet the requirements yet. But we as a platform, as a company, a greedy company, we are going to capture that revenue and not split it with you. So, YouTube only cares about making money off of you. And this is where things get really, 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 really hairy, okay? The other reason that YouTube is unfortunately hurting new creators is because YouTube is playing favorites. And not in the way that you would think normally that YouTube would play favorites. YouTube's playing favorites because what they're doing is they're priming the pump. They're setting you up, okay? And Fran mentioned this in her video, but I'm going to elaborate on it. Fran mentioned, just like I mentioned to you guys probably a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, because I've been tracking this for a while. She mentioned how YouTube has introduced promotions, okay? They've introduced promotions. So promotions, in case you aren't aware, is where the creator can pay YouTube to promote their content. Again, YouTube is only about making money and making as much money as off of you as possible. And they're doing it also with this new unskippable 30-second ad on TV. If you watch on TV, you're going to get hit with some 30-second ads that you cannot skip. It's not the creator, it's YouTube doing that. And they're also changing the way they run ads on mobile and computer. You can't skip them, okay? Just telling you guys now. Anyone running ad blockers, anything like that, they have coded that out too. So there's no real workaround. Even if you're a YouTube Premium subscription member, I think they're still going to find a way to run ads on YouTube Premium. Somebody mentioned they were going to do it through annotations, but regardless, they are looking to make money. And this comes back to their drop in revenue for the creators as advertisers pull back. Well, we were all speculating last year based on the direction that the economy was going and heading into a recession that would happen. Advertisers would pull back. Well, if the advertisers are pulling back, that means YouTube's not making as much money as they used to. Google's not making as much money. Alphabet is not making as much money. Sundar Pichai is not making as much money. Neil Moen is not making as much money. And perhaps maybe even why Susan decided to resign somewhat abruptly, because she saw the writing on the wall. Maybe she saw this as an opportunity to get out on a high note and let Neil take the fall. But we shall see. And I think this goes further than YouTube competing with TikTok, okay? But either way, nonetheless, they're looking to make money. So they are offering this promotion. Well, YouTube is based and built on an algorithm. And the algorithm learns the audience for specific reasons, for their benefit, not for the viewer, but for the platform. And most viewers can attest to this, and that is that the algorithm sucks. It's not showing you the creators you want to see. It's not showing you who you're subscribed to. It's not showing you anything you want except for ads. That's pretty much all it's showing you for the most part. So if you think that the algorithm is only working to manipulate the viewer, then I hate to break the news to you, but the algorithm is also working now to manipulate the creator. So the algorithm can pinpoint data points to realize, all right, if we manipulate this creator's views to a certain degree, they are going to be inclined to utilize the promotion tab, promotion option, the promotion feature that we have also advertised to them repetitively and continuously put in their face whenever they log into YouTube Studio or open an email from YouTube, or maybe even the ads that they see if they're not paying when they're watching videos, because they're all targeted. They've done the algorithmic calculation and have designed this to hedge their bet against how many creators who have hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers, maybe even just thousands, tens of thousands, who were getting millions of views per month, see their decline and be willing to opt in to pay to get back on track. Pay to keep gaining subs, pay to keep getting views, pay to keep their sponsors and paid promoters happy in these brand deals. I think that's what they're doing. I've created content for a while now, but I will tell you this is, despite having intentionally tried to change my audience, YouTube will not allow me to gain subscribers. plain and simple. Now, I may have to eat my words on this video because, ironically, this is what happened to Fran. Fran creates a video to explain the problems that she's seeing with the YouTube algorithm and the changes that they've introduced and implemented, only to see that video get huge amounts of traction. So it's almost like YouTube is like, we're going to make you look bad by disproving your theory and your point by giving you a lot of views on this video. However, this is YouTube playing favorites, as I was mentioning earlier, and YouTube is doing this to all channels, but the worst part is they're doing it to smaller channels. And they're doing it to a point where they're going to pick a video and they're going to light it on fire, okay? And you are going to get a ton of views, okay? You're going to get a ton of subscribers. And it is literally like the dope man getting you your first hit, because now you're hooked. And the first one was free. Their goal, their strategy, their intention is to not only get the revenue income from advertisers, but now they want to get it from the creators. And Fran was literally saying, well, I'm going to have to start paying rent now to YouTube just to be on the platform, just to get my videos served, just to get reach, just to get views, just to get subscribers interested in what I do, which I would say what she does is pretty consistent. Why would her viewership all of a sudden just disappear? Now, granted, she did mention how some of the viewers on her channel said that maybe she has too many different topics on her channel. But at the end of the day, she's an artist creating art. And I don't think that would really alienate the audience. And I also recommend that creators don't necessarily listen too much to the audience and how they critique and try to manage your channel and mold your channel, okay? That is a recipe for disaster, because you got to be honest with yourself and realize that you can't please everybody all the time. And if you try, you will ultimately fail and end up pleasing no one, including yourself, okay? And that is devastating to the creative workflow and enthusiasm and enjoyment and excitement and passion behind the creativity that allows you to do what you do. Just my opinion, okay? So anyway, I feel like YouTube's playing favorites, and it just hurts because what it does is it destroys the logical format and structure that the algorithm once had, that allowed creators to create for the fun of it and connect with their audience organically and naturally for a mutual benefit amongst the creator, the viewer, and the platform, YouTube, Google, Alphabet. And now there's no rhyme, there's no reason, and now they're going to start trying to collect from the creator to supplement and replenish and replace the loss that they saw from the advertisers, and or on top of that, just further drive their greed. Now, I don't want to bring, such, animosity and bad vibes or anything like that towards YouTube content creation and the platform, because I love it. I really do. But I do want people to be aware of what's happening or what could potentially be happening and what that may mean in the future moving forward. I came across a creator today, and his name is Daniel Mack, and he has millions of followers on TikTok, millions of views on TikTok. He posts the same similar type of content, although edited a little differently on YouTube, and he gets maybe a tenth of the same reach and response and engagement on YouTube that he does on TikTok. I don't see TikTok currently being as greedy as YouTube. And I think that is going to possibly be the downfall of YouTube. And YouTube is losing dollars, chasing pennies. They're going to drive away the creators. They're going to drive away the viewers. they're going to confuse everyone really, and they're ultimately going to lose their advertisers. It's going downhill very, very fast, very, very quickly. And once that happens, then it's going to be hard to recover from that. And all for what? All for what? Now, granted, there still are some folks out there who are seeing some relatively decent views in comparison to what they were receiving in the past. But I think across the board, most are realizing that there is a decline. And, it's going to become a dreadful place where the worst part about it is that the creators will still try. The creators will pay to promote, but the viewers will back off. The viewers will choose to go somewhere else because they're not going to sit through all these ads. They're not going to sit through paid promotions. They're not going to sit through commercials, videos that are created just as commercials. They're not going to pay membership fees to be hit with ads and other disruptions. And they'll just go somewhere else where it's a more enjoyable experience, where the creator has already gone to themselves. But I think that place, will end up being multiple places. And I don't think it's going to be exclusively TikTok. And I've already seen it happening, and I'm keeping an eye on it and watching it happen more and more and more. And it's sad, it's unfortunate, but I saw it coming. And, if I see a change, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But at the end of the day, I feel the pain. I feel the frustration of creators like Fran. And the video that she made to express this as a follow-up video, having already expressed it before, And maybe that's encouraging. Maybe that is a sign that things may get better again, because I think it was maybe 2018 she made a video about YouTube's algorithmic change that ultimately was destroying her channel. And then there was a correction, and then she made another video about the new change in the algorithm, and then she monetized her channel, and then there was a correction. So maybe this one will do the same. There's an algorithmic change that destroys the platform or the experience for the creator and the viewer and the advertiser, and they'll work it out, and then there'll be a correction until the next change or glitch or problem or excessive greed that will ultimately destroy something that is really, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But hey, if YouTube, you ever want to have a sit down and talk with me directly, by all means, you know how to reach me. For others out there watching this video, thinking about considering creating content, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would definitely give it a shot. But you're gonna need to know. You're going to seriously have to have like an arsenal on you to break through the algorithm and ultimately break the algorithm, because that's what you're going to have to do to really, really win. Okay. You're not going to be able to do it the way that they used to, or describe, or any course that you bought, any course that you buy. I don't think anyone can make a course yet today to tell you, because the new algorithm that I've experienced, probably that they really rolled over in March, April, nobody knows it yet. I don't even think YouTube knows it yet, because it's all based on paid promotion. Now, granted, we've experienced paid promotion in the past through pay-per-click advertising. By whom? By Google. Who owns YouTube? Google, Alphabet. And for a business, if you ever watched Shark Tank, a business would come in and, Mark Cuban would typically be the one to ask, well, what's your landed cost? And your landed cost, to acquire a customer and create a sale includes your marketing and advertising. And granted, if you spend $20 per lead, $20 per acquisition, $20 per customer, and you can make 100, that's all fine and good. But if you're spending 20 to make 20, or if you're spending 20 to make 15, or if you're spending 20 to make nothing, well, that's when we have a problem. That's when we have a problem. And that's when, people tend to move away from pay-per-click and they focus more on SEO. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, this monster creates the rules and bends and breaks the rules whenever they want. And they'll never tell you exactly what they are or what you've done wrong to be reprimanded or disciplined for whatever action it is that you've taken. We've seen that numerous times, but I would still try for sure. But I said, you're going to need to be very, very smart, very, very diligent, very, very creative, very connected, and have an arsenal of tools at your disposal to really break through this. And I think we're getting close here. Now, not on this channel. Now, this channel is completely different, but I've got other channels that I'm working on that I think we're starting to figure it out, okay? And it's always a work in progress. Whenever you think you got it figured out, it's going to change a little bit again. And I think, that's part of this new algorithm is as soon as you get close, it changes. As soon as you get close, it changes. So you got to stay on your toes, okay? But it still, to me, makes it fun. However, with that being said, I would not put all my eggs in the YouTube basket, and therefore I would make sure I had diversity in my content, where I'm uploading it, where I'm sharing it, how I'm driving it to different places, inbound, outbound, and building my brand across the board, because that's what it's going to come down to. Think about it like this. When the day comes when YouTube's done and YouTube's dead, you don't want to have to start all over again on a new platform. You want to have already been on that platform and be who you are and who you have been all along. So I would make sure that I'm diversifying across all during this time of warning and alert. But go check out Fran's video. I'm going to link it down in the description down below. Hopefully, I've reached some content creators on this video who are also actively searching for this type of information and wanting to have these types of conversations, not necessarily from a standpoint of just complaining about the platform, complaining about the algorithm, and complaining about the loss in subscribers, the loss of views, loss of reach, loss of revenue, loss of profit, but more so wanting to have the conversation in search of solutions, continued growth, and business building, because I look at YouTube as a business, and all businesses won't run the same. And I would prefer not to run my business the way that YouTube and Google and Alphabet have chosen to run theirs currently. But there are other options out there. And there's going to continuously be other ways of accomplishing the goals that you have set out for yourself. And those are the folks that I would love to have conversations with, because I think that there's huge opportunity and even more opportunity as we work together. Yeah, we're fighting for viewership, but for the most part, we're not really competitors, because nobody's making 24 hours of content every day. And, the sky's the limit. There's endless possibilities. Content will be around forever. It's evergreen. So if you don't get the views today, you'll get the views tomorrow. But if we are working together, we could potentially solve this problem. Maybe the solution isn't on this platform. Maybe the solution is on this platform. But depending on your goals, depending on your stage, where you are in this game, depending on, your short-term and long-term sites, hit me up. I'd love to have that talk and conversation if you're a content creator on YouTube or not, because we can analyze what's happening with the audience, with the algorithms, with the just the general trends overall, because they are intertwined and they are somewhat interconnected. But yeah, go check out Fran's video in the description down below. If you made it this far in the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, comment down below, because I wonder if YouTube's not even showing me who's subscribed. So if you subscribe, comment down below. Until next time, you guys take care. Be safe. I'll see you real soon.